All right, looks like I am live. Kevin, as getting to know from Lakeland, Florida. Good morning to you too, Kevin. For those of you, if you can hear me, mic wise, I think, well, actually, is my mic working? Hello, hello. No, I don't think my mic is working. Let me. Audio. Oh, no, it says it is. Can anybody hear me? It is working? Oh, there. Okay. I was looking at desktop audio. Okay. All right. It does working. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Very good. Well, hopefully everybody had a good morning session. And we will make sure that. Okay, that's on screen as it should be. Very good. How much buying power am I using? Well, it depends on the account, Kelvin. So I guess it's more a question of because I'm doing trading through a prop firm. So the account that you just saw on the screen is 150,000 one. But if that seems too excessive, and I'm assuming that you want to do prop firm trading, which I think is the best way to go, is trading futures through a prop firm. But yeah, I'm using $150,000. But you could go as low as $25,000 in purchasing power. That would cost you $105. But you can see right here the scaling of the different of the various choices that you'd have within the prop firm itself. But yes, I am using 150,000. And what does that get you? Well, within the world of futures, I could do 15 of the very, very volatile contracts. Because remember, in futures, you're not trading shares, you're trading contracts. Or I could do up to 150 of the less volatile contracts known as the micros. So as always, yeah, me and my brothers have been watching your vids about thinking about going 231 each. We'll study more first. 231. Oh, okay. For the $100,000, yeah. So for the $100,000 buying power, then you could get up to 12 of the very volatile contracts, or 120 of the less volatile ones. Blew up my first account last night, chasing losses. Yeah, I know how that goes, and not following my strategy. Yep. Reset, cleared my head. Now up 1K. This good job, Evil. And as I said before, blowing up prop firms are part of it. Actually, what size account was it? If you don't mind me asking. Is there a way to paper trade before jumping in? Yeah, there is. You could. A lot of platforms will have some paper trading that are involved, but usually they have like time frame or time. I guess time frames attached to them that they'll limit you. So, but yeah, you could use some platforms if you wanted to. What about the NASDAQ stocks? I'm pretty good at day trading those. Well, stocks are, Kelvin, do you have $25,000? And I asked that for a very specific reason. You use a 50,000 account. So yeah, the benefit here for what we're talking about for those of you that are getting logged on is, so Evil said that he failed a $50,000 account. So that means he, as he said here, you can see he blew last night. He was chasing losses, not following his strategy. So, we've all been there, right? We start chasing losses. We're not following our strategy. We go on tilt. We start revenge trading. We've all had those. So he went and he ultimately lost more than $2,000. But that was not $2,000 of his money because he only paid $119. So he lost $119, sure, but I don't want to speak for him, but I'm going to anyways because I think it's a safe assumption. I'm sure he's pretty glad right now that he's like, I lost my mind. I didn't follow my strategy. It cost me $2,000. But I'm glad that it actually only cost me $119. So I'm sure he learned a lot, and it always boils down to that question of, oops, like that was really dumb, but I learned a lot. I would rather have a but I learned a lot only cost you $119 as opposed to $2,000. Because if you do lose $2,000 within a prop firm, then yes, you failed the test. But as he also said, you can always start back in. No, I have $10,000 though. Okay, Calvin. Well, right off the get-go, and let me ask you this: do you want to be a day trader? Like, are you looking to day trade? He wants to do the same stocks on Robinhood, but with a funded account for less risk, no margin. Yeah. So are you wanting to be a day trader? Would be my question. So you don't have 25,000, but are you looking to be a day trader? Yes, I day trade in Robinhood. Okay. Well, with stocks and all that, you have pattern day trading rules. You have a bunch of nonsense. That comes with stocks and options if you don't have $25,000. So you, in the world of futures, you do not have the pattern day trader rule. You can trade as much as you want. You don't have to let cash settle or anything like that. And plus, futures just move way better than stocks anyways. I mean, you have $10,000. That's great, but like, let's look at, I don't know, what's did you bring up NASDAQ? So what's a NASDAQ stock? SMCI, right? So look at this distance, so you could, if you want to buy 100 shares of this, right? So if you have 100 shares, yes, I can do this math, I think, but we'll just make sure everybody follows the math. So if you want 100 shares of something that's trading for $40, so that means you need $4,000. So you get 100 shares and this thing, maybe makes a big move and it goes, from, the right here and it makes a huge explosion up to there, which, gives it about a $3 per share move. So if you have 100 shares, then, and if you're making, $3 per share, then that'd be $300 gain, right? So $300 gain, you need that $4,000 to have a choice at that. And that requires a big bounce. Look at the space. Look at how much space is required in order to be able to get that $300 gain. Whereas we go and look at futures, and so this distance right here, from that line to that line, is 20 points. Futures are measured in points. So 1 point, if you're doing the very volatile one, but 1 point equals $20. Okay? Per contract. So that distance right there, again, very small distance. You just saw the distance I had just drawn, but this distance here is 20 points. Meaning that move right there in of itself, let's go through the math again real quick, but if we have 20 points per move and it just moved 20 points, that's right there worth $400. That small distance is worth $400. And that's only one contract. If you had 2 contracts, well, then that would have been $800. But let's just stick with one. One contract, that small little distance, worth $400. Here, what were we saying? That big old breakout there, when you need $4,000, is still only a $300 gain. So the capital, it just doesn't make any sense. Futures are so much better than stocks. So much better. And like I said, that requires a big old breakout here. That requires a $3 per share breakout to just get to that $300. Because if you're doing 100 shares, you need 4,000. How much would it require in the world of futures with a prop firm? With a prop firm, remember, for the stock, you needed 4,000. With a prop firm, to be able to get just one of those contracts, right? One of the crazy ones, you could do that right here. 25,000 buying power, which you could actually have done up to 3 of those ones. So in my example, I was just using one. With this size account, you could have done 3 of those. It cost you $105. So no, you don't need $4,000 to be able to buy 100 shares. You would need $105. What are the... by the way, if you are enjoying, or if you know that you're going to enjoy, please hit that like button. Yesterday, we went up over 100, which was awesome. I'd love to get up to a bare minimum 75. So hit that like button if you're enjoying. And again, if you would like for me to take a look at a stock that you're in, or Forex or a futures position, if you want me to do an analysis on something, I will do my best to get to it. But I make no promises unless it's a $5 super chat. So $5 super chats mean I'll see your request and do your request right away, or I'll see your question and answer your question immediately. Again, you don't have to do a $5 super chat, but you just run the risk that I either never get to it or I finally get to it, 30 minutes after you throw it in the chat box. So, because I am seeing some requests. And I'm happy to do that, but right now I'm kind of in the groove with these questions. But if you want me to do one right away, $5 super chats, make that happen. This is a great explanation. I'm going from percentages to points. Yeah, exactly. It's just points. Yeah, points, and each point is worth something. I recommend people start off with the MNQ. But yeah, futures move in points, and each point has a value with it. But yeah, it's very straightforward. Like I said, basically in the world of MNQ, if you just memorize this, MNQ, just know that a 10-point move, so 10 points equals $20. If you do NQ, which are the very volatile ones, 10 point equals $200. So if you're looking at something like, okay, I'm doing 1NQ, I got about a 10 point risk. So right there, you know, right of, okay, I got about a $200 risk. Okay, I'm looking and I have about a 20 point risk with one contract. Okay, that's about a $400 risk. But I recommend everybody would start with MNQ. So what are the cons of futures? I don't know. What is a con of future? I guess they can destroy you very quickly if you don't have a strategy, if you don't know what you're doing, because they can move and they can move very quickly, which is why I like them when a lot of other people like them, because as day traders, we want volatility, and you'll get that volatility. And I'll show you hopefully later on the live stream, just so you can see how much volatility there is. But yeah, but that's kind of like anything. Crossing a busy street without a strategy, very, very risky, right? But when you get strategies, when you get risk management, you know, the futures. But I don't know, what would a con be? I don't know. There's a whole lot to like about them, especially when you're using a prop firm, because the prop firms have that built-in risk management tool in and of itself. I'd have to think on that. Interesting question. Again, I'm seeing some people make requests for stocks, which is fine, but like I said, right now I'm kind of answering these questions, but if you want me to do a stock analysis, just like I said, $5 super chats, and I'll do it right away so you don't have to sit around and wait. How do you get the free chart real time with futures take profit, or do you have to pay for real time? Okay, so take profit. So the prop firm that I'm using, recommending, the way it works is this. So let's just say you want to do the 50,000 account. So you'll buy it, and then during the checkout process, they'll ask you what platform do you want to use. So I personally, the platform that you're seeing over here, I am using Tradeovate, but you could use TradingView. You could use something else. They got a bunch of platforms you could use. But you would click on that, and then this is a beautiful part. They sign up everything for you. So you don't have to go through the process of sign up for a new brokerage. Let us see your license. We got to confirm your identity. We got to do all that stuff. No, they don't do any of that. They create the account for you, and then they'll send you the login data for Tradeovate. So you get your username, you get your password, and then you log right into Tradeovate, and then here you go. You have the real-time data. You have all that stuff just like that. Yeah, exactly. I agree with Evil Shadow. I mean, they're very volatile. So if you show up and you just want to, not have a strategy, just kind of like not manage risk, then they will take your money in a hurry. But that's another reason why I like prop firms, because prop firms, they force rules upon you, and the rules that are forced upon you are forcing you to think about risk, to think about how you should manage risk, and that's what trading is all about. Trading has nothing to do with making money. A blind, drunk monkey can make money from time to time. Trading has everything to do with what you do when you're wrong. How do you manage risk? Do you know how to manage risk? Do you know when you should admit you're wrong? All those sorts of things. But again, with a prop firm, or at least take profit trader, they're putting rules upon you that are saying, hey, focus on risk. Hey, don't forget about risk control. Hey, risk management matters. Here are the rules. And that is a good thing. That is a very good thing for a trader, to be forced to think about, to be forced to consider risk management. Can you explain what you look at on the level 2? This over here, that's the DOM, depth of market. I don't really use it too much. I know some people do, though, so I like it. That's why I just put it on the screen, because some people like looking at it. Nice, up to 23 likes already. Does it do that thing where it doesn't fill in order, not enough shares were available on the stock? Oh, yeah, no. It's a very liquid market. And you're going to be doing, Kelvin, you don't do shares, you do contracts. So like one contract is, especially one contract of the very volatile one, is quite a bit. But if you get up to even like 5 contracts, it's still only 5 contracts, but it gives you plenty of flexibility. But yes, there's plenty of liquidity. So, when it comes to trying to scale out and stuff like that, that's now if you get up to like 1,000 contracts, it probably starts to get sketchy there. But 1,000 contracts doesn't even really mean anything, because that would just be the volatility in that situation. If you had 1,000 contracts, would be just mind blowing. 500 something. We'll have to see what the exchange rate on that is. 500. I think 100. I think 100 is right around $1, so that should be $5. I like to watch YouTube convert it. So yes, let me get that ready, because I believe that is, yep, there we go. So 500, whatever that currency is, I do not know, is $5.74. Okay, so yes. Again, I will take a look at that. $5 super chat to make it IPA. How is the stock looking? All right. Is it good for holding? Well, right now it's let me put it this way. I'm not really convinced of anything bullish wise. I guess I can. There we go. I'm not convinced of anything bullish wise until the price can at least get above that line right there. There have been plenty of instances where it started to maybe act strong to then fail. Right there, acted strong and then failed. Acting strong right now. Now, does that mean for sure guaranteed it's going to fail? No, there are no guarantees. All I'm saying is that this current, because what we have right now in the near term, there is a little bit of a bull pennant pattern. But do I have a whole lot of confidence in the bull pennant pattern? As of right now, I do not have any confidence in it because it's still occurring down below this trend line right here. Now, that's not to say, I mean, if the bulls get a great breakout and all of a sudden the price, explodes up through there, okay, then the conversation starts to change. But as of right now, to give credit's due, that is a bull pennant, but I just don't have a whole ton of confidence in it, again, due to the context that it's in right there. So, and then let me switch, take a look at the 30-minute. So yeah, you can see the bull pennant here a little bit more on the 30-minute. To an extent, it's not the cleanest. So there, let me change that to green to represent support. So there we have essentially the wedge that's formed. But like I said, I kind of already pointed this out on the daily time frame. Is it good for holding? Yeah, I mean, you can hold it, but at the same time, you have to ask yourself, where are you going to say, you know what, I was wrong, this was not a good hold? Or in other words, where are you going to put your stop loss, right? So if really it just boils down to my question to you is, where's your stop loss at? And if as long as it stays above your stop loss, then yeah, keep holding because it has not violated your plan. But if it has gone below your stop loss, then yeah, technically speaking, you have broken your rules and now things are much sketchy. Or if you're saying, wait, what's a stop loss? I don't have a stop loss. That would also be a sign that you probably should not be putting your money into the market, because a stop loss is very, very important, because a stop loss is like the bare foundation of risk management. So yeah. I thought I had you as a mod, Joel. All right, maybe that was another account. Let me give you mod privileges. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that's it's looking good right now because that bull pennant, but it's got work to do. Let's see if it can get up through that resistance line right there. But should you hold? Well, you should hold as long as it stays above your stop loss. All right. 23 likes. Remember, if you're enjoying, hit that like button. Ideally, we can get some live trades on. People can kind of see what's going on here. I've been hyping up futures quite a bit. Again, if you would like for me to do a stock analysis, I may still get to it regardless, but if you want me to do it immediately and see it, same with questions. I'll do my best to answer all questions and see all questions, but I can't make the promise, but I do promise to immediately get to whatever if there is a $5 super chat. Blind Drunk Mike sounds like a good Discord. That would be a good. So I've been watching this trend line here. And what we're looking at is, again, futures. Futures are way better than stocks or options or Forex, crypto. Way better from a day trading standpoint. If you want me to make the argument, just let me know. I know it's a bold statement to say that day trading stocks or options or Forex or crypto is garbage, a waste of your time. I know that could be an offensive statement, but if you would like for me to back that up, I think I can make a very persuasive argument as to why that is the case. Why you are wasting your time with stocks, options, Forex, or crypto. Yeah, definitely right around here. I signed up for a Tradeovate account last night. Do you know if the test accounts are live data? Justin, if I remember right, didn't you do a prop firm account? And do you take a breakout through there? Okay, none of this is advice. I'm not saying you should do anything I'm doing. I'm just talking, thinking out loud. Watch some futures. And I mean, this is the 2-minute time frame. So again, I'd encourage you to pull up any stock, anything, and it's not going to be trading this smoothly. Look how smooth that's trading. Just up and down, up and down. You know, it's basically the lunchtime hour when things are supposed to be all slow. Tesla is the new Trump meme coin. I mean, yeah. Tesla, I mean, but why even pay attention to Tesla? Like, who cares about Tesla, especially from a trading standpoint? Again, that's my whole point about why stocks are pure and utter garbage compared to, just from a capital standpoint. So, yeah, let's look at Tesla real quick. Okay, so you want to try to make some money from Tesla. In order to really make any sort of, I just wanted to paper trade. Oh, okay, that's fine. I was going to say, if you do the prop firm, Justin, then you don't need to sign up for Tradeovate separately. They'll sign up for you. But like, so you want to make money from Tesla, okay? So let's just say you got to get 100 shares, right? So just to keep our math easy. So 100 shares, how much that's going to cost you on Tesla? Right now, we'll just call it $225 per share. So $225 per share if you want 100. That means you need $22,500 to just get 100 shares. And, you know, Tesla moves up, I don't know, $5. Let's go down to a lower time frame. So let's look at like let's go to the 2-minute time frame because that's what we were just looking at on the futures. So 2-minute time frame. So Tesla, maybe it makes some great. So we have this like little bit of a bull pennant. So let's say the bull pennant comes up here, price breaks up through there, and so that breakup point is basically right there at, let's say 232, and it goes up to, let's just exaggerate it, and let's just call that 235. So this distance right here is $3, right? $3 move, and if we had 100 shares, which cost us that $22,000, plug analysis, please. Okay, got to go and do plug right now. $5 super chat. That is how it works. All right. Plug. Okay, nice on the daily. $1.50 is a level that I would definitely say you want to see hold, because what you don't want to see happen is for the price to come down here and then break down through there. Because if the price were to do that, all of a sudden the price has gone basically right back to where it started. And assuming you're bullish, that's not what you want to see. That's not a sign of true strength, where a price makes a great move and then goes back to where it was, right? You want to at least see some signs of progress. How is progress being defined? Well, if the price were to come down here, bounce around, and then curl back upwards, now what would you have in this situation? Well, you'd have a set of lows. You'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have lows right there. And if you envision those as stair steps, now you have stair steps in the upwards direction. So $1.50, very, very important for that reason in and of itself. Want to see if the price can at least make progress. In terms of current levels of resistance, right now it seems as though the main battleground is that trend line right there. So that's kind of the general overview right now. Kyle. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Like I've been saying, if you want me to do an analysis, I will do it right away. It's a $5 super chat. You can request something for free. That's totally fine. I'm just not making any promises that I'll get to it. Or if when I get to it, it may not be 30 minutes, 40 minutes after you make the request. So let's drop down to the 30-minute here. See if we can learn anything. Okay, so 30-minute right now. I would definitely say the key dynamic that so far so good. Check out that pink line, 200 period moving average. Did a good job of holding as support right there. And as I speak right now, it is indeed doing a good job holding as support. And also, I think we can get a worthwhile trend line in here. Yeah, so it's sitting right at that trend line too. So going through the history of things, you can see that it's right at that area. So what's got me a little concerned is if this 200 period moving average fails, if that trend line fails, does that mean that the price is dropping straight down to $1.50? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, the chart kind of spaces out here a little bit. So you could definitely find some more downside pressure if that trend line right there fails. But again, to be fair, so far so good. The price is holding strong. So those would be the key dynamics here. Watching plug here. Let's see if it can maintain at least this area right here. Now, if you're bearish, I guess I don't know what side you're coming from. Then yeah, you want to see this area fail miserably. You want to see it fail on high volume. But right now, it's kind of a double whammy of support with the trend line and then that pink line there, 200 period moving average. And that's, no coincidence why the price is all of a sudden kind of getting stuck in that little congestion area. So going back to the point of somebody was talking about Tesla and Tesla just being a total waste of time from a day trading standpoint, because again, let's look on the 2-minute time frame. It gets that breakout as I was just talking. So, it breaks out here, goes up, and let's just say again, makes a $3 move. And per our premise of the argument, we have 100 shares, which costs us $22,000, right? Because it'd actually be more, because if you wanted 100 shares at 232, that'd be $23,000. So $23,000 is what you would need for 100 shares. And then if you get a nice breakout, that's $3 per share, which gives you $300 in profit. So just keep that in mind, that distance right there. So from there up to there, that distance is what I want you to keep in mind. And that distance is ultimately worth $300. Then we look at the 2-minute here, and this distance right here, from here up to here, that is 20 points. If you look at these numbers, you can trust me. If not, just look at the numbers. There's a 20 difference. That means points, because that's what futures are measured in, points. So if we were to use the very volatile contracts, 1 point equals $20. So for you math geniuses out there, you'll be insulted, but I'm not a math genius. So right here, if it moved 20, or if that distance right there is 20 points, and each point is worth 20, that distance right here, that little space is worth $400. Now, right now, I really haven't proven anything, because if it would require like $100,000 to be able to get access to that, then okay, Tesla is still way better, because Tesla, quote unquote, only required $23,000 to get access to that potential gains. But remember, on Tesla, it was $300. But how much would it cost within futures? Well, if you're using a prop firm, you could go, and again, it's based on one contract. You could go with a prop firm, and right here, you could get $25,000 of buying power, which would allow you could actually go up to 3 of those very volatile contracts. But I'm just basing all the math off of one. So you could get 1, even though you can get up to 3, and it would cost you $105. So $105 to get access to that $400, or $23,000 to get access to actually less, the $300. So that's what I mean by stocks are pure and utter garbage. Tesla is pure and utter garbage. Again, I'm in the category of day trading. If you want to be a day trader, stocks are worthless. Stocks make no sense. Not to mention, if you don't have the $25,000, then you're stuck under the pattern day trading rule, and you can't be a day trader anyways. So, I mean, who cares about who cares if Tesla's anything? I mean, now to be fair to King Kong, maybe he meant it from some sort of like investment standpoint, but within the realm of trading and day trading, futures with a prop firm, so much better. Hopefully that explanation makes sense about just looking at these distances and how such a small little distance, but that's also the point of why you got to be very careful, because yeah, you can make a whole lot of money in a hurry, but that is a two-sided coin. Salty Warpig blew up 2 TPT valuations on try number 3, learning halfway to get my target. Oh yeah. And there's no shame in blowing up accounts. Some of the best, not some of, all of the best traders in my private community. Here we go. So if you're interested, yesterday I'm such a terrible salesman. I'm never actually telling about what I offer, but if you are interested, I'll just throw that link. But some of the best traders, not some of them, all the best traders in here that do prop firms and make a lot of money from prop firms, they've all blown up accounts. Like, that's just part of it. So, now another thing maybe, well, Clay, I don't know. You keep saying they're volatile, but can I actually see it? And that's what I want to do here. If we can get up to 35 likes. So can we get 8 more likes? Because this is also how I'm gauging interest. This is viewer driven. So if you want to see something, a way that I ask to try to get that feedback is just via likes. So if we can get up to 35 likes, I will take that as a sign that people want to see this. And is payouts fast? Have you faced any issues with this No, that's the main reason. Okay. 33. Come on, two more. Okay, 35. All right. So what I want you to look at is this number down here. I'm doing the bare minimum of volatility that could be generated, okay? Bare minimum is what you are about to see here. So let's just make sense. Okay. So I want you to watch that number and ask yourself, how do you feel about how that number is fluctuating? If you're saying, well, Clay, that's a little too slow, totally fine. Totally fine. The solution to that would be to come up here to that number right there, and you could raise that number and make it bigger. And that would all of a sudden make these numbers fluctuate that much more. So again, watch those numbers. How do you feel about it? Again, if you're saying, that seems a little too slow for me, that's okay. The solution is I'm on the bare minimum. I am doing the slowest moving contract and only one of them. Holy smokes, I'm down 50. All right. Oh. Well, that was kind of a buzzkill. So that was the bare minimum. Bare minimum. Quite the move down. I guess I should have shorted at the trend line right there. Did not care about the trend line. John, Clay, a quid pro quo. I'll give you a like if you tell me if you think SMI will break. No, that's okay. I value a like. John, it never hurts to try. And maybe, to be fair, I'll get to SMCI sometime on live stream. But I was telling people, $5 super chats will get me to do it right away. But yes, it's a good risk versus reward, John. The worst I can say is no thanks. The best case is you get it. So that's why I'm never offended if people ask me something. I'm like, hey, it's worth asking. It's a good risk versus reward. If I donate 5, will you share some of your long-term holdings and your reasoning for it? No, because I have an entire class. Grow Rich. Grow Rich is my entire investing class. So Rashid, if you are interested in my long-term strategy, I offer an entire class on it. We got to go to moneywithclay.com. So this is my personal finance site where I talk about real estate investing, personal finances. So right here, this is what you would want. Grow Rich. That is my personal plan to build wealth in the stock market. So that's what you would want, Rashid. So I appreciate you all saying, hey, for $5, but no, I got to be fair to the people that have actually made the investment, right? I don't want people that have made the investment be like, wait, you just gave everything away for $5? What's the, like, that'd be kind of sleazy on my part. So again, back to that, man, it added up quick, down $50. But yes, so that was an example of what you could access to. But again, to be fair, maybe you're like, no, that is too slow for me. If that was too slow, then this is what you would have access to. So if you went here and let's just say the bare minimum. So you could do the bare minimum $25,000 account. So that number one that you saw, that number one with the $25,000 account, which would cost you $105, for that, you could have changed that number as high as 30. So what you saw was just one. I want to emphasize that. That was the bare minimum that you could expect. Why are you asking people for $5 if you are a trader for a long time? Shouldn't you be rich? Well, let me just do this. Let's assume I am rich. What does that have to do with me putting a value on my time? That's the equivalent of somebody with a full-time job wanting to start a side hustle, mowing lawns, and then they knock on somebody's door and they're like, wait a second, you have a full-time job. It's actually a really good full-time job. Let me do this. It's a brain surgeon. A brain surgeon. It's like, I want to start a side hustle. Maybe they want to start it with their kid or something. But they want to start a side hustle. They knock on somebody's door. Hey, I'd like to mow your lawn for XYZ price. What do you mean you're going to charge me money? You're a brain surgeon. You're rich. Go do my lawn for free. Don't you think that sounds like the person saying that? Don't you think that makes him sound a little entitled? Like entitled to what? Well, entitled to that doctor's time. Like now all of a sudden that person expects the doctor to use their time to mow their lawn for free because the doctor has, a well-paying job. So Sismon, don't you think you have a little bit of a self-entitled reasoning with all that? Again, I'm not saying I am rich. I'm just granting the premise of your question so we can move beyond. Let's just assume I am rich. What does that have to do with you seemingly being entitled to my time all of a sudden? Yeah. In hindsight, I would have been okay had it come up. But yeah, that thing, like I said, I'm willing to risk some here for the sake to just show people, what you can expect. But that one kind of escalated a little bit quicker. Seisman Brutta. Okay, well, hopefully, maybe I rearrange your thinking a little bit on that. But be careful. Be careful of the mentality. You can come across as entitled. Dang, that was some good answer. Thanks. Again, don't be the person at the door, and just in life, don't be the guy at the door. Wait a second, you're trying to start a side hustle, but I know about you. Do it for free. What do you mean you're charging me more? Do it for free. That's a very sketchy spot to be at. Very sketchy attitude. Hey, nice. We're almost at 50 likes. Let's get this up to 50. How long? I've only been going for 36 minutes. This is good. I'd like to make another trade here. I should probably get off to my other account. That was bad. That one, that one kind of hurt. That was like $50. Poof. Let me change over to this account. There we go. So no trade. And that reminds me. Still manipulating the market with your group play. Yes, Jason. Well, right now only 000 stocks. Those are the only ones we're manipulating. Just the 000 stocks. Jason is an old timer. Good one, Jason. Believe it or not, there are some people on message boards back in the day. I don't know if it still exists now, but they thought that I ran a hedge fund that would short penny stocks, that would manipulate the markets. If their stock went down, as soon as I did an analysis, it was my fault. It was like a signal to my group to get short. I mean, there are some crazy theories out there, which is, sometimes all I can do is laugh. I mean, I'm assuming Jason's kidding, but maybe Jason is actually being honest. But I assumed he's just kidding. All right, so I'm going to get short here again, and I want you to watch the number down here and just ask yourself, how do you feel about the volatility? What do you think about it? Again, this is the power of futures trading. If you want volatility, did I miss it? There we go. Don't follow me into these trades. I'm not saying they make any sense. This is for educational purposes only, but just how do you feel about that number right there? If you're saying, no, Clay, that seems a little too slow for me. I want the volatility, boy. Give me that volatility. That's fine. Just come up to that number, and all you'd have to do is change it. You can raise it and make it higher. There we go. So $45 on that one. And, had I had multiple, I could have, taken some off and moved my stop loss down. But like I said, I'm not doing any of this to just for argument's sake, I'm a terrible trader because I'm not, those are not my claims. I'm not trying to impress you with my trading. I'm not trying to do any of that. I am here, and I've said this time and time again, and will continue to say it. I'm here to try to convince you to trade futures. Why? Because futures are better. No, Clay, you're just saying that because if I use your link, then you'll get paid something. While that is true, that is not why. That's just that you have not refuted any argument as to why futures are better. You've attacked, the ad hominem fallacy. You've attacked why I'm talking about it. Well, you're just doing it. Well, that has nothing to do with whether or not it's a good idea. All you're addressing is why I may be talking about it, but you have not addressed whether or not it's actually a good idea. And I have yet to have anybody that's given me a persuasive argument on why stocks, options, crypto, or Forex is better than futures. So I am still waiting for that. I've had some attempts. Somebody was like, well, in the world of stocks and options, you can use brokers where there's no commissions. In futures, you have to pay commission. And that's fine. That's a good attempt. But I mean, really, because under the pattern day trader rule, you get 3 day trades every 5 days. So you're really willing to be like, well, I'm just going to hang on to these 3 day trades because at least I don't have to pay any commission on them. Really, you're gonna have that attitude when you could have as many day trades as you want. But sure, you got to pay some commission on them. Nothing huge. But you do have to pay commission, but you're really just going to grasp onto your 3-day trades every 5 days for the sake of not having to pay commission. I don't think that's a very wise move. Bagel. Hope everyone enjoys a bagel during their lunch. Yeah, you know what? Bagels are pretty good. Bagels are pretty good. Again, if you're enjoying. So I'm curious, for the people here that have maybe never seen futures trading, what do you think about that one contract that I made 2 trades, and assuming you watched that number, what did you think about that? Did it seem like you'd want a little bit more movement? Did that seem like it was good movement? I'm curious. Because I know my audience is pretty diverse. I know a lot of people, find me because of my stock analysis that I do, which is fine. A lot of people, I have a variety of videos. So I think I'm a little bit in a unique spot where I can try to convert people into the world of futures. And I do it. Sure, I get something from it. I'm not going to deny that. But I think that I make a very good argument on like, why wouldn't you do it? Doesn't require a whole lot of money. There's no pattern day trading rule. With a prop firm, taxes are super easy because they just give you a 1099. But yeah, I'm very curious. Like, for those of you that have maybe never seen futures trading before, what did you think? What were your thoughts on the number down here when it was fluctuating all over the place? Give me that volatility, boy. That's right. I think you were the one that liked that yesterday when I said that. I think that's why I said it at gig, because I knew somebody liked it and thought it was funny. So I'm like, all right, I might have to stick with that one. I get very interested when I see the big swings, but feels like gambling sometimes. You know what also is gambling? Here, I'm going to give you a game to go gamble. Find a busy street, tie a blindfold around your eyes, and then cross that street. That's gambling. My point being, everything is gambling without a strategy. That's why as little children, we're taught risk. In fact, that may be the first thing we're taught as kids is risk management. What is risk management? What is a strategy when you cross a busy street? Well, before you do it, look both ways. Why? Because you're gaining an edge. You are looking at the probabilities of not getting steamrolled by a truck. Sisman. Can you explain more how 50,000 buy? Yeah. Oh, okay. Good question. So this is the other thing about what I like about the prop firms is they make the math easy, because it is valid for somebody to say, well, okay, I get it. Where's my cursor at? There it is. It is valid for somebody to say, I have $50,000, but like, how much does a contract cost? Because again, in futures, you don't trade shares, you trade contracts. But like, how much does a contract cost? How does the math work? And you don't have to do any of that. So with the 50,000 account through the prop firm, they just flat out tell you what it will buy you. So with the 50,000, the max you can get in a single trade would be 6 of the very, very volatile contracts. Or you could do up to 60 of the less volatile. Remember, the ones that you saw me doing were just one of these that are called the micros. So you saw me do trades with 1 micro, so you could gauge the bare minimum of volatility that you could expect. But with the $50,000 account, again, what does that buy you? That would buy you up to 6 of the very volatile ones or 60 of the smaller ones. If you went up to 100,000, again, okay, well, how much does 100,000 buying power actually buy me? How does the math work? I got to calculate this out. No, you don't. They just flat out tell you. If you're getting the $100,000 account for the 231, make sure you use that link so you get the discount. But then they're just flat out doing the math for you, okay? For them, they're going to let you get up to 12 within a trade or 120 of the less volatile ones, the micros. Hopefully that makes sense. You compared futures to Tesla stock trading. What about Tesla options to futures comparison? Yeah, that's even worse because in futures, in options, this action right here is an absolute killer. Why is it a killer? Well, you have this thing called theta, and theta is eating away at the value of your contract. So sideways action is so annoying, and it's literally costing you money. So, and let me put it this way. If you trade options, you're like, what's this guy talking about? Theta? Never heard of theta. The Greeks, what are you talking about? You should definitely not be trading options. But there's no Greeks. So sideways action, like it would hurt you in options, does nothing here. Not to mention, from a time saving standpoint, every single morning, I know what I'm going to trade. I'm going to show up and I'm going to be looking at MNQ and I'm going to be looking at NQ. They're the same thing. The difference being the M is the micro, so less risk, but of course, less upside, less gains also. So I don't have to worry about waking up early to do my scans. I don't have to wake up early about reading the news. What's a hot stock? What's this? What's that? Or I don't have to worry about from the options world, well, okay, well, what strike price do I need? What delta should I be looking at? And you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You just show up and trade. It's so much more time efficient. And please, for any of you that are trading futures, let people know that I'm like not lying. Like this is how it is. Because I understand I'm just some stranger, but if we can get some more people to be like, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. You just show up, you know what you're going to trade, because every single day, MNQ, which is based off the NASDAQ, that's what the NQ, it's there. Plenty of opportunities every single day. So good question, KZ, in terms of the options of futures, but the biggest one would be the Greeks. You don't have to worry about theta eating away at your position while it goes sideways. Now, I realize if you're selling options, then theta is your friend. But that once you start to sell options, margin requirements start to skyrocket. You need so much more capital, and things get sketchy from that angle of things. So yeah, options. I think that the comparison to options gets that much worse. Good point. You got a bunch of Canadians in your group. What's the feedback for Canadians or your affiliate link futures trading platform? And do they use TradingView? Does it even? We have a ton of Canadians in there. A ton of Canadians in the group. And in fact, it was a Canadian that got me involved in Take Profit Trader. Is the prop firm that I'm using recommending. Ironically enough, it was a Canadian. Hooch is what he goes by. He's been with me since basically the start. I began the site. Claytrader.com, began the YouTube channel back in 2013, and he's been with me basically since then. They use Canadians, you can use this platform too. This is Tradeovate. But yeah, you can use TradingView if you want. Some of them do, some of them don't. But yeah, there are several Canadians. Do you have to only trade MNQ and NQ, or can you trade other futures? Oh no, you can trade other things. I just wanted to make it simple for people. Like, I would recommend MNQ or NQ. You could trade the ES. So the ES just measures the S&P 500, or the MES, which again is the micro. You could do the YM. So the YM is just measuring what the Dow Jones is doing. Or you could do the MYM. Again, the M just standing for that micro. But I assume people are into day trading. They're after that volatility. A lot of people, that's why they get into penny stocks. That's why they get into meme coins. That's why they get into, small cap stocks, because they're looking for short squeezes. They're looking for things to short that are going to drop a lot. Just boil down. They're looking for volatility. And that's why I say, then just come to futures if you want volatility. It's so much more straightforward. There's not a headache. Think about people that want to short penny stocks, short micro caps. They've got to locate shares. They've got to pay extra fees to locate those shares. It's a clown fiesta. It's a very big waste of time. Market is crashing. I know it, and I'm still losing money on futures. Well, if you know that it's going to crash, better get short, and then just let it do its thing. So let's get this up over 50 likes, and I'll do another live trade. So if you guys want to see another live trade, let's get this up over 50 likes. I'm a little shell-shocked on that first one. My other account cost me like $55. I made $4,350 today in MNQ. Fantastic. Nice. Had to stop because it's almost half my target. Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, if you're doing the 150,000 account, be done. Very good job, Salty War Pig. So what's going on with this trend line right here? That one's already been violated. So really kind of just putzing around, and the question becomes at this point, is this going to release to the downside, or is this sideways action essentially getting caught up? So right now the price is caught up in the trend line, and is this going to, create a move to the upside? Plug broke through the 200 MA. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Good question, Joe. I like the question about the about stocks compared to the options. Is the DOM all you consider about market depth? Yeah, I don't even use the DOM. Maybe I'm crazy for that, but I just like to try to use the charts. If we can get this Yeah, wow. Yeah. I was gonna say, if we can get either, let's call it, if we can get up to 60 likes or I guess $10 in super chats, one or the other, I'll do one of the volatile ones, one of the more volatile contracts. So we'll do one of the NQ, and you'll be like, oh, whoa, that's moving quite a bit. Can you explain the target and why someone needs to stop when in profit? Because when you're doing the test, you're only, because they don't, so Take Profit Trader, during the test phase, they want to make sure that you know how to trade. And they don't want you to just show up YOLO and then be like, there you go, I made the profit. So they tell you you're only allowed to make 50% of whatever the profit target is. So on the $100,000 account, for example, I'll do 150 because that's what Salty War Pig. So Salty War Pig was like, I just made 4,300, I'm done for the day. The reason for that is because the target to pass the test is $9,000, but they don't want you making 50% more than that, because that is going to potentially open up the doors for you to just YOLO something. And they want to be like, no, let's see if this person can do it, not just in one trade where they get lucky. So that's why whatever the test is, one of the rules is you can't do more than 50%. So what is 50% of 9,000? 4,500. So in a single day, and there's 5 minimum days that the test goes over, but over those 5 days, you're never allowed to do more than 4,500. Or, on the $50,000 account, you would never be able, you're not allowed to make more than $1,500 in a single day. Now, once you pass the test, so once you pass the test and you move into a pro account, then you can make as much as you want. You can make as much as you want in a single day. And then with the pro account, you would get to keep 80% of it. Pro Plus account, you would get to keep 90% of it. But yeah, during the test phase, they have those rules because at that point, you need to prove yourself as a trader. Hopefully that makes sense, KZ. Good question. Jason, are you buying any stocks down here for the long term, Clay? If so, any recommendations? No, I think the market's going to probably have some more downside. So I haven't really been. I purchased a couple weeks ago just in case, but I went in kind of smaller. And of course, the market has continued to drop. But yeah, I think there will probably be some more downside pressure. So no, I'm not really looking at any stocks right now. How much more is the pro account? I don't know that off the top of my head. Eventually, they'll just push you into the pro account because if you're making too much money, they'll be like, you need to go live, because you would literally bankrupt the company if you start making a ton of money when it's still in the simulated environment. So I think it's once you make $10,000 in your pro account, they move you into the Pro Plus. I think. I don't know that for sure, but that's I would say a reasonably educated guess. How do you blow account? You blow account by failing a test. How do you fail a test? Well, it tells you during the test phase, they give you a target of how much you have to make. And so you can take as long as you want to make $3,000. I recommend you get it done within a month so that you don't have to pay $119. Because after you pass, there is no more monthly fee. So once you get into the pro accounts, no more monthly fees. But in order to quote unquote prove yourself as a trader, the target that you have to make is $3,000, but you're not allowed to lose $2,000. So to answer your question, you would quote unquote blow the account if you lose more than $2,000. So that means you would, you would fail. They would take the account from you. You can always try again, but you would have to pay again. But that is how you blow account. You drop down below what's called the trailing drawdown is. Where should a beginner in futures start trading from? When you say you're a beginner in futures, do you already know how to use charts? So or you say, no, I already know how to use charts because I use charts to trade stocks or I use charts to trade Forex, but I want to go into futures. When scalping, what's a good minimum to offset the contract fees? Well, the contract fees are very, very small. So on a micro contract, so the very minimal ones, so these ones, they are 25 cents to buy and then 25 cents to sell per contract. So one trade will cost you 50 cents. The higher volatility ones, it's $2.50 to buy, $2.50 to sell. So one trade per contract will cost you $5. So the commissions, they're quite easy to overcome within every trade. How to trade daily, weekly options. No, you're wasting your time with options. Options are a waste. Do futures. Why? You are having to deal with theta. You're having to deal with all the Greeks. You're having to deal with what strike price should I trade. Don't, Vishnu, stop doing options. Options are, you're literally wasting your time. Not to mention, if you don't have $25,000, now you're stuck under the pattern day trading rule. Options are a waste. Anyone else trading today in a 10-second window? 10-second window. That's quite aggressive. This trade down here, I think that was only like a 30-second trade. I don't think it was that long. Come on, let's get up over 50 likes. We are stuck at 49. Yep, so the price did indeed get caught up in this area. Now back up, it's gone. Although on the 5-minute, which I'm watching off screen, I could see, what is that? 428, let's just call it 430. Where's 430? Yeah, right here, I could see this being an interesting area. I got you to 50. Thank you, Omega. There we go, at 53. Very good. But yeah, so let me bring it over. Check out the 5-minute here. 5-minute has all sorts of congestion up it here. You have the 200 period. You have the 50 period, which is that purple line. You have the VWAP. You have the 21. So this general area, again, no guarantees, but if it were to come up here, I could see that being an area of headwinds where the price comes up there. And then, am I going to say roll back over new lows? But no. Could I see it rolling back over some? I could see that in my opinion. But I'm just an idiot. So don't take anything I'm saying as advice. But yeah, this is quite the congestion area up around there. So let's get that out of the way. Crossroads now to do the job. At night, I can trade crypto futures. Oh, crypto, I see it, but would love to get into these futures instead. It's cheaper. Well, yeah, that's our thing, KZ. The futures market's open around the clock, almost. They're not open on Saturdays, but they're open every day. They start, so they I guess, how do I want to? They start trading at 6 p.m. on Sunday. So 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, the market opens up. And then it closes at 5 p.m. Eastern on Monday for 1 hour. And then it opens back up at 6 p.m. Eastern, goes to the next day, closes at 5 p.m. Eastern, closes for an hour, opens back up at 6 p.m. So they're basically open around the clock. What's the minimum amount I can begin futures with? Looks like a lot. 25,000? No, no, that's the whole point of a prop firm. The minimum amount to get started, assuming you're going to use the prop firm that I'm talking about here, is $105. That's what you would need. $105 gives you access to 25,000. Which is better for a complete beginner, NASDAQ or S&P 500? Are you talking about which futures? Hard to choose from Apex, Top Step, my friends, to take profit. They all have different requirements. Yeah, Francisco, I hear you. I put my name next to Take Profit Trader because of the payment policy. I think that once you make money, I think you should be able to request that money and get it sent to you. Other prop firms, again, it doesn't mean that they're scams, but when they're like, no, you make money, but you can only request that money every couple of weeks, and you can only request a certain amount. To me, again, that doesn't make them a scam, but it's like, wait a second, you make the money, you should be able to request the money whenever you want and in whatever amount. And that's what Take Profit Trader allows you to do. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive up front, but you're paying for that flexibility. You're paying to be able to just request money whenever you want it and in whatever amount you want it. So, like I said, everybody's different. Everybody has different thoughts, Francisco, but that's my thought. That's why I like Take Profit Trader. I really do believe that, and I like that policy. When you want to get paid, make the request to get paid, and they'll pay you. Whereas, like Apex, for example, they're like, no, you can only request money every couple of weeks, and then you can only request it for up to $2,000, and then you can't start requesting like the full amounts. I think it's like 3 months. It's crazy. Again, I'm not saying Apex is a scam. I'm just saying it's kind of convoluted when it comes to getting payments and all that sort of stuff. Whereas Take Profit Trader, the rules are very straightforward. And you request payment and then you get payment. What's the best time frame for a beginner? One time frame is the best for a beginner. Master one time frame before you start trying to do multiple time frame analysis. I would start on the 5-minute. And that's appealing. I'll do the test account. What's the ideal on the Go setup? Mobile, laptop without installed app, TradingView. What else? I would just use Tradovate because Tradovate's got a nice app that you can use on your phone. So during the checkout process, just choose the option that includes Tradovate. All right, we are over 60 likes. Let's try to get another trade on here. I guess I am. Oh, you dirty rat. So it never really did hit my congestion point. You can see it now. It came up. It got kind of into the area, but honestly, no, I would have been looking for it to get a little bit higher up there. But yeah, you can see congestion point and now coming back down. But that's why trading's hard, right? Because I was right. I was right. The price was probably going to want to pull back some, and it did pull back. But did I make any money from it? I didn't, because being right in a general sense doesn't mean you're going to make any money. You have to get the finer details right, such as, well, yeah, but where would the entry point be? How long would you hold? All those or other sorts of things. Which futures is better? I recommend everybody starts with the MNQ. MNQ. Because I'm operating on the assumption you're a day trader. You want to be able to day trade as much as you want, and you want volatility. So the MNQ. Once you show that you can master the MNQ, then you can start to consider the NQ, because the NQ, same exact chart and everything, but the NQ is just a volatile monster. We do have a nice little setup here on the 5-minute. I will say that. Let me just get rid of that. XMJ. Yeah, that's a good explanation there. Yeah, if we can get this up to 75 likes, I'll do one NQ, which is the very volatile type. And then when you watch the number down here, you're going to be like, oh, whoa, yeah, that's okay. Well, I guess I don't know that for sure. I'll let you be the judge of that. But if we can get up to 75 likes. With MNQ, you can build a position. Yeah, that's true too. And this is an account that I don't really care too much about. Donated by Take Profit Trader, which I appreciate. I kind of gave him a sales pitch, which was like, hey, look, I'll do a live stream, and I'm just going to tell people the benefits of futures. And I have a lot of people that are into stocks and stuff, and I really do believe that futures are the better solution. I have still yet to hear anybody give me a good argument on how a stock trading or options trading or crypto trading or forex trading is better than futures. I've had some attempts, but I'm not aware of any argument that exists that would be like, oh, well, yeah, okay, that's better than futures. Is it easy to switch from a $75,000 account to higher? Yeah, you can always purchase another account, which reminds me, the other nice thing about futures trading with a prop firm is you can get up to 5 accounts. So right here, you could go and you could do a variety of, whoops. How did that end up over there? All right. You could come over here and you could get a variety of accounts. Now, each one you'd have to purchase, pass a test, but you could get up to 5 accounts, and then you can do something called copy trading, meaning you make a trade one time, but then you copy it to the 4 other accounts. So if you make one trade for $200, but then you copy it to those other trades, or those other accounts, now all of a sudden you've made that one trade a total of 5 times. So that'd actually be $1,000, right? Because each account, if you have 5 of them and you make $200 per account, yep, right there, boom. You only made one trade for $200, but because you copied it to those other accounts, you're now up $1,000 overall. So that is another thing that's very beneficial with the prop firms, is the ability to get multiple accounts and then copy trade them. So actually looking right now at a bear pennant using the VWAP as a top part. So right there, we'll call that the top part of the pattern. Here's the bottom, and then we have this move down here. So the question now becomes, and I have no idea, so your guess is as good as mine. Do we get rejected? Do we come down? And can we get a push to the downside? That is the question. The bear pennant right now. It is clearly knocking on the door of VWAP, because again, I'm using VWAP as a top part of the pattern, so I don't need to draw a trend line right there. But let's see if VWAP does indeed want to reject it back down. We're at 66 likes. Again, if you're enjoying, make sure you just hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Oh, here's another thing. Also, I am doing a free webinar. I'm getting a little bit better at sales. So if you want, I'll put this link in the chat. It'll go over the tools I'm using, how I'm using them to build consistency, manage risk, and just ultimately make sure that you have a proper framework. A lot of people show up thinking that they're doing things wisely, but they're not. A lot of people show up thinking that they have a correct approach, and it's kind of a correct approach, but not totally a correct approach. So if you're interested in that, like I said, it'll be this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So check out that link and get signed up for it. And then if you do want to trade alongside me and other traders, I do offer a community. It's not free, but it's amazing what not free will do to keep out the pump and dumpers, the drama queens, all that sort of stuff. Nope. I don't know what nope is in reference to. The name Take Profit kind of makes a lot of sense now. Yeah, kind of does. Well, right now it is indeed getting rejected off of VWAP, but I'm more curious about, does it come down here through the pattern? What I'd like for it to do is go sideways a little bit more and then break, because then I can use VWAP as my stop loss, and my stop loss is nice and tight. But right now, if it were to come down and break, okay, I'm getting in down here, but my stop loss is still way up there. I don't like that. But if it can go sideways a little bit, and then my entry point's like right here, and then I put my stop loss up here, the risk just keeps, it's more favorable. So in my perfect world, this goes sideways a little bit and then breaks. But my perfect world isn't always how the market plays out. But we've got to get to 75 likes anyways. Good news is we're only 6 away. Let's see what it wants to do with VWAP again. The question here that I posed, and obviously people, what I see, maybe you see something totally different, no problem. We have our top part of the pattern is that VWAP, bottom part right here, move down right here, golf hole up here to make it more visual. So we have an upside down pennant, which means we have a bear pennant. So that's, well, why didn't I just take the rejection off VWAP? Why didn't I do that? Why does MSTY have a dividend of, I have no idea. Okay, this is not what I was, okay, maybe it'll consolidate out. Again, I don't want to take it here because my stop loss needs to be way up there, and that's too big of a stop loss. But let's see if it wants to. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm just throwing out my ideas. I'm here to try to educate people on futures and get people interested so that they can see how volatile they are and make a judgment if they're volatile enough for them. Don't break it on this one. Don't do it. Yeah, doesn't matter anyways at this point. We're still not to 75 likes. Come on now. Or our $10 in super chats, and I'll do an aggressive one. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Bounce. Bounce. So this is the NQ. This is the more. This is the very, very volatile one. MNQ. Emmy, did you ever join the prop firm? Emmy, we have a track record. The dude's been just grilling me with questions. Grilling me. I think he said yesterday he was going to sign up. Let's see if he followed through. But to be fair, I don't know if he said that he was. Not yet. Probably Monday. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am. Probably Monday. Are you one of those guys that's always like, yeah, tomorrow? And then tomorrow shows up, yeah, tomorrow. And then Monday's going to show up, yeah. Why? Don't use words like probably. Like, I'm going to, and I'm going to do it right now. Don't be a probably type of guy. Probably. I might. Could happen. Some point in life, you got to be like, no, I'm doing it. Did not wait for me. Did not, like I said, in my perfect little world, I don't know. Maybe some people took it there, and for them, they're not out of the woods yet because it could snap back on them. But What indicator am I using? Well, I mean, mainly I'm just using candlesticks and trend lines. Green line there is a 21 EMA. Dotted yellow is the VWAP. Purple is the 50 period moving average. That was yesterday's close. And that pink line up there is the 200 period moving average. Ah, you dirty rat. That's right. I didn't get up to enough likes anyways. Like I said, this is viewer driven. So I'm trying to gauge what do you guys find interesting? What would you like to see based on the likes? So when I'm like, hey, give some likes, and then they don't budge, it's like, okay, I guess. Or, hey, or, that's why I try to do or super chats, because I understand if you did a like already. So that's why I'm just trying to gauge. Just trying to gauge the interest. What do people actually care about, want to see? Well, then do it right now, Emmy. Get started. Because you have five, I mean, you're going to have to do 5 days for the test regardless. So you might as well get that thing started anyways. The sooner you get the 5 days rolling, the sooner you can move into the pro account. And that's the thing is, I got to keep my credibility. If I say I'm not doing anything until 75 likes, and then I start doing things without 75 likes, and people are like, oh, this guy just says stuff. He doesn't back his word. But that's okay. We'll just watch, and I'll just give observations if that's what people are more interested in. No problem. No problem. And there it is. Well, for anybody that did anybody take the bear pennant breakdown there? Was anybody not as high maintenance as me and want to see it chop around a little bit more before it broke? If you did, congratulations. You played it better than I did. Again, nothing fancy here, just a pretty... No, I don't know if this was fancy, but sometimes we were like thinking they have to draw trend lines over. No, sometimes just let a normal level be the trend line. And like I said, we had the VWAP here as a normal level of resistance, support. There is, let's see, get the golf hole up there. Made 3,000 on that move. Good job, Mark. So Mark took the bear pennant breakdown for 3,000. Good job. How many contracts did you have, Mark? Rashid, did you pick up the Grow Rich class? Ten of what? MNQs? Oh, 5 on 2 accounts of what? Nice, Rashid. Very good. Wow, 5 NQ contracts. Mark's got some he's got some guts. Again, 75 likes, I'll do another trade. Or $10 in super chats. One or the other. Oh, yeah, we are approaching an hour and a half. So also what I've been doing is I'll go for 15 minutes more at 1:30. But for that, yeah. Probably, yeah, let's make it 90 likes or $20 in super chats. And I'll use that as the gauge if people want me to go beyond 1:30. But if you do want me to go beyond 1:30, like I said, just for another 15 minutes. Oh, that was kind of a buzzkill. I mean, still plenty of space there to make gains, but yeah, that's a nasty move back up. Well, we seem to officially have a key area of support now down here at, we'll call it 335. You have all these. Yeah. So that's really the next kind of question area. Do you think if the price gets down there, if this comes down and breaks 72 likes, so we're getting somewhat closer. Yeah, good thing you took profit. Again, for those of you wondering, I am trading futures here. I'm going to make a bold statement. If you'd like for me to back up the bold statement, just let me know in the chat. It may offend you, but I can bring good evidence to the table. But if you're wanting to day trade and be a day trader and you're focused on stocks, options, Forex, or crypto, you are wasting your time. Those things are utter garbage. Utter garbage. What you're wasting your time. Again, maybe that offends you. I'm like, who is this guy? But again, if you would like for me to back up the claim, bring some evidence to the table, just let me know in the chat box, and I'd be happy to present my side of the argument on why I'm making that case. And this is coming from somebody that's done a whole lot of stock and options trading over the years. 74 likes. Come on, let's get one more. What I could do is we could get real aggressive, because if I blow up this account, if anything, that might be fun to blow up an account on the live stream so people can kind of see what that looks like. But with that being said, I'm not going to just blow up an account. I need to treat it with respect. So we're going to need more likes than what we've gotten. I mean, you could give a super chat, Mark. You just made $3,000, you know? There is no doubt that futures is where you make money. Forget stocks. Yeah, Joseph, thank you. I mean, I've lost track of how many people, and the live stream, I've only been doing this not even a full month yet, but how many people are like, oh yeah, Clay, you were right. I used to do stocks, or I used to do options, or like Joseph right there. There is no doubt that futures is where you make money. Forget stocks. But I know this one stock made a short squeeze and it did all. Yeah, that's fine. But futures make great movements like that. I don't want to say every minute of the day, because that wouldn't be true. But like, it's not crazy. Like this distance right here. I mean, this, depending on the type of contract and how many contracts you had, this movement from here up to here. Mark's a good guy. Thanks, Mark. But you also know Mark actually did make the trade, because what I see a lot of times, people are like, oh man, I just made this huge amount or whatever. And then, they're like, no, I'm not going to do that. And it's like, wait, you're not going to do, and like a super chat. Like, I was just joking with Mark, like, come on, man, you made 3,000, give a super chat. But like, he really made 3,000, because at this point it's like, yeah, dude, it's $10. I just made $3,000. But some people are like, oh, I just made all this money. No, I'm not going to give you $1 super chat. It's like, okay, man, I don't know, Sometimes there's disconnects out there. I used to watch you trade stocks and options like Tesla back in 2020. Now you are here trading futures. Exactly, Francisco, because those other things are garbage. And yet, well, doesn't that mean you were an idiot for trading them? Like, who are you to say what I'm doing is you used to trade them? Yeah, because I was an idiot. That's why. Yes, I was an idiot. All right, we're at 70. Let's get up to 80. And I'll get a little bit more aggressive. Well, I will go, and I'm going to take this short. And you'll see. I mean, it could very realistically be a blown account. But again, that's okay, because this was donated anyways. But I think if we could get a blown account, that might be... so you can just see how it actually works and how fast things can move. But it's got to be... a trade that makes sense. And plus, I just got the $10 super chat. So, yeah. So we need to move to the NQ. Okay, all right, here we go. Getting a bit of getting a bit of a little miniature flag here. So I'll go with one just to, and I want you to watch the number. Again, this guy keeps talking about futures and they're volatile. Yeah, I'll let you be the judge, but I want you to watch that number when I get in. Okay, just watch that number down there. Let's see what we go. Oh, got to hit that red line. Come on. Okay, I'm in. Watch that number. And again, Astro, what do you think about how that number is fluctuating? I'm doing just one contract of the very volatile contracts. Now, I kind of just hopped in. I didn't really wait for confirmation of anything. But like I said, I just wanted to get a trade on. I think it's reasonable to think that we could get some more bearish follow through here. Now, if you're looking at those numbers and be like, Clay, this is too crazy. This is what the futures are. No, you could do a different type of contract and reduce that volatility a whole lot. Okay, like I said, I'll add one more just so you can see the craziness get even more. Maybe. So just watch what's up. Again, if you're saying, Clay, this is too crazy, just realize that there is a way to make this much less. I am doing one contract, but of the very volatile variety. So that's what you're seeing here. So does it want to break down? That blue line is representing my entry point. So if the price goes down below that entry point, I will go green. I am short. For you beginners out there, what does that mean to go short? That means you can make money when prices go down. And yes, believe it or not, wait, you can make money if prices go down. Yes, that is known as shorting or going short. And that is where I am right now. So I want to see the price come down. Just going to put my stop at that green line and we'll see what happens. This thing's either going to break down or it's going to come out and stop me out. But the goal here is I want you to look at those numbers and just ask yourself, how do you feel about that volatility? Again, if it is too crazy for you, I understand there is a way for you to lower that down. Yeah, is this going to break down through the trend line here? Not looking so good now. Looking like, I'm coming back down. Again, this is an account. I'm getting very aggressive on it just with the one because, like I said, it was donated. So I could, show people what futures are all about. So don't, like I said, my mindset right now is like, Not looking so good right now, but we'll see if it does want to come back down. Maybe I add one down here. Yeah, I'll add one at that red line because that would imply that basically the breakdown has begun. So I'll look to add right down there because that would be adding to a winner. Yeah, it's still technically up above the lows here. But if we can get it to come down here, I think that might be enough momentum to push it down even further. But right now it's looking like I might get stopped out. Do I just add another one at that level and just see what happens? I'm going to add one right there if I can. Nope. Never mind then. Come on now. Come on, little buddy. Come on. There's nothing to be scared of that trend line. Just come on down through. Oh, that trend line. It's holding strong right now. As a short, that trend line is my enemy. There's longs right now that are saying, come on, trend line, you hold, buddy. You be strong. I'm saying you be weak. A student here, I'm trying to get $300 to start an for community and hope the rest for the fees or anything else. Hopefully I should be able to pay by the end of the week. Awesome. Good for you. Sounds like you got yourself a plan. Come on now. Give me some follow through. Come on. Release the hounds. There we go. I'm going to move this into gain. So now this is a winning trade for sure. Come on. Keep breaking down. Good. As it moves down, I don't know how much I'm going to make because I don't know how low this is going to go. This is a great spot to be in as a trader. I do not know how much I'm going to make because I don't know how far down it's going to go. Oh, crap. I'm making too much. Oh, no. I'm not allowed to make this much. So what I got to do? I got to just exit. No. Now I have to lose money on purpose. Okay. So here are the rules here. Crap. That was too much. Too much. Okay. This will be a good learning lesson on kind of the prop firm space. Oh, seriously, ads played right now. Okay. Crap. Okay, so I was doing this earlier, but that was a $25,000 account. And part of it is they don't want you to just kind of YOLO. Not that was a YOLO, but they just don't. You're not allowed to make the entire profit in one trade. So the entire profit to pass was $1,500. So how they do that is like you're not allowed to make more than 50% of that within a single day. So 50% of $1,500 is $750, right? So that's how much I'm allowed to make. I just made like $900 on that. So I am up way too much. So now I need to lose money on so this is, let's see, can I lose money? I need to lose money now to bring that number down, or else my profit target is going to go up because it's going to adjust with that. They're saying, okay, you want to trade like that? Fine. But now here's your new profit target. But I want my profit target to stay. Crap. I want it to stay at 1,500. All right. So let's see. How can I lose money here? This is okay. Didn't you already pass, or is this a new test? This is a new one. Man, did anybody take that breakdown with me? Let's go. That's why if anybody ever says, oh, charts are a scam, charts don't, you know what, whatever. Just be like, psst, psst, away. All right. I have to lose money now. I need to lose, what, like $200? Yeah, $200 or so. Serious question, Clay. How do you deal with the fear of losing money? It's got to be money that you can afford to lose. If you're trading and that money could be used to pay your rent or could be paid to pay your gas bill, you're going to be terrified. So you've got to literally be like, I don't care if I lose the money because it doesn't affect my life at all. Todd took it good. That rule is asinine. No, it's a really good rule because they want to see, can you trade? They don't want somebody to show up as a degenerate YOLO, be like, there, I passed the test. And it's like, well, did you actually pass it? I mean, you did, but like you just got lucky. You took one trade and got lucky. They want to see consistency. So that's why that rule is there. So no, the rule is very good. If you're trying to see, can you actually trade? That's a very good rule because they're preventing people from just YOLOing, getting lucky. No, this has nothing to do with, no, and that's not a con. It's not a con. It's a good rule. It is a good rule to have. Because again, this is only in the test phase. So right now, this is a test account. Once you pass the test and you get to the pro account, I could have let that trade keep going and going and going and made as much money as possible. But right now, this is just a test account. So that's why I had to do what that's why the rule exists. All right, so I have to lose money. Okay. So if I think this is going to maybe bounce, then I would go short here. Okay, this is a weird. Okay, so I want to go long because I think it's going to keep going down. All right, let's see. Okay, go down. Go down. Wait, no, I do want this to go down. Come on. Oh, crap. Okay, yeah, go down, go down, go down. This is so weird. This is such a bizarre feeling. Go down. Lose me money. Yes. Go. No. What did I do? I just went long again. Oh, crap. Okay. I want to lose. Go. Okay. So what do I got to do? Okay, I lost some money. That's so bizarre. My mind. Now, I've heard of people needing to do this because they forget about that rule within the test phase, but I never had to do it. That was bizarre. I still have more money I need to lose. That was weird. That was a very weird feeling. And again, the only reason I'm having to do this is it's my own fault. I lost track of a very good rule. The very good rule being, hey, we're not going to allow you to be a degen YOLO and then pass in one day on one trade. No, you got to show that you have some consistency. So we're going to limit the YOLOing by saying you can only make 50% of the profit target. So it's my own fault for making more than what I should have. But again, once you get out of the test phase into the pro account, you can make as much as you want. If you're enjoying this psychological warfare with myself, hit the like button. Maybe give me a super chat or something. Help me deal with this. This is crazy. That is a weird feeling. Again, I've never had this before where like I'm trying to lose money. I've had it before. I'm like, you're having a bad day. So you're like, I should just do the opposite of whatever I think. But like, this is weird. All right. So like I said, I got to get this down below 750. I'm at 870. Okay, so I got to lose about $125 more. So if I think this is going to, do I go short here? Or do I go long here? Yeah, maybe I go long here because this thing's going to come back down. I think. Let's go right. What is this? What is going to happen next? Is this going up or down? What do people think? I think I should just go long here. Maybe let it get up a little bit more and then go long. Because at least I would be buying against the trend. Again, if you're going to log on, I violated a rule within my test account, so now I have to lose money. So I am trying to lose money on purpose, and it's messing with my mind because I've never been here before. Wait for the double bottom and go short. Yeah, unless it does flush down through there. What happens if there's no double bottom? Losing money to accommodate rules sounds like... No, it's not a con. Because it was my fault for losing track of that rule. Again, the rules are good. The rules are there to force you to be good at managing risk. So what you are not understanding is you just want to act like a cowboy, Wahib. You're like, I don't want rules. I want to be able to do whatever I want. And that's fine. You can take your own real money and go do that. But that will get you crushed. So it's my own fault. I violated a very good rule. A rule put into place to build and force people to think about risk, to think about being consistent. And yes, like me says, it's a temporary rule anyways. Trading is hard enough as it is. Yes, you know why trading is hard? Because trading's hard. Do you know why people fail? Because they don't have rules. It's not the rules that are making trading hard, Wahib. It's trading that makes trading hard. The rules are a good thing. Again, go out there and trade with no rules. Let me know how it works. You're going to fail. I'll guarantee it. Yes, rules do make things hard, but they're good rules because they're forcing you to manage risk. Trading is hard, not because of prop firm rules. Trading is hard because trading is just hard. But you will last longer as a trader and have a chance at success if you learn how to deal with rules. Because whether you use a prop firm or not, Wahib, you better have rules within your strategy. Right now, you're advocating for I don't want any rules anywhere. Rules are there. Okay, Wahib, you don't quite get it. Are they bad or good rules, Wahib? That's my question to you. They're good rules. They're all forced to make you control risk. Your argument right now is I'm being forced to control risk. That makes it hard. Therefore, I don't know. You have something to get it. That's very poor logic on your part. Because the opposite side of your logic is I'm just going to use my own money with no rules and not manage risk. That's what you're saying. Wahib just wants to go out there and act like a cowboy. And that's fine. Go act like a cowboy with your own money. You're going to fail and you're going to lose a lot of your own money. 100% guaranteed. Yeah, people just don't understand. They blame prop firm rules for why they fail. And it's like, no, it's not the rules that are making anything hard. It's just trading in general is hard. That's it. The rules are there to design you to keep you in the game because the rules are designed for risk management, and risk management is what's going to keep you in the game. But Wahib, he doesn't want risk management. He doesn't want rules. He wants to act like a cowboy, which is fine. Go act like a cowboy with your own money. You're going to lose it all. Guaranteed. No doubt about it. Like people say there's no guarantees in the market. There are guarantees. If you act like a cowboy with no risk management rules, you will eventually lose all your money. I'm not saying you won't have winning trades. Because again, a blind, drunk monkey can make money. I'm just saying you're not going to have any sort of long-term success. Okay, so what do I do here? I need to, is this going to come, so if I think it's going to bounce, then I should go short. Judging by his comments, he ain't got any money. I don't know. I don't want to judge people based on their comments. Is this gonna bounce? If it's gonna, maybe I go short here, or is this? It's a little miniature pennant. So is this pennant going to get more continuation? So if I think it's going to get more continuation, then I want to go long here, right? Yeah, because it's not going to bounce. That's what I would do. Again, for you that are getting logged on, I was not responsible. I did not keep track of my prop firm rules. So now I'm trying to lose money. Can we get this up to 100 likes? That'd be great. Let's make it 2 streams in a row. We're only 15 away. It's going to drop more. So I should go long. All right. Here we go. I'm so scared to make money. This is such a bizarre feeling. I'm literally scared right now to make money because I need to lose some. The 5 minute is just okay. I'm a little sketched out now. Look at the 5 minute. Look at these lows right here. So, I mean, it's hovering right at this area. So I think I go short here, right? Because there's got to be some sort of bounce off these lows, wouldn't you think? How am I going to lose some money here? I guess I could just buy and sell real quick and then hopefully let commissions eat away. This is also where commissions are working in my favor. Okay, I'm going to go short here because I think this thing wants to bounce. Okay. Now I want it to go above the line, right? Yeah, because I'm short. So get above that line. Get above the blue line. Come on. Right? Yeah, because I'm short, so I want it to get above the blue line. No. Don't go below. No, stop. Stop. Oh, great. Stop. Okay, so if I can, I want to buy, no, I want to short more here to lower my cost basis. Right? Because I'm short right now. Yeah. Okay. This is such a mind twist right now. No. Come back up. Okay, let me short down here to try to make my cost basis. I can't even. Okay, there we go. Now get back above that blue line. Come on. Come on. Lose me money. Punch me in my face. Get out the baseball bat. Knock out my teeth. No! Okay, I'll go again. Try to lower my cost base. Okay. I can't do any more. I'm at 3. Come on. Get above that blue line. Come on, you dirty rat. Come on, dirty rat. Do it. You know you want to come above that blue line. Just do it. Do it. Why won't it get above the blue line? Why won't this thing lose me money? Come on now. Come on. Okay, come on. A little bit more. A little bit more. Come on. Do it. Do it. Oh. Come on. Okay, I'm closer. Oh. Why was my heart racing when I'm trying to lose money? Why are you trying to lose again? Because I have to get this down to $750. Oh, okay, I'm close. I'm close. So like 50. Okay, now I don't want to lose too much. Okay, so I got to lose like $15. I could probably do this so I'm going to just buy and sell real quick and see if I can get myself on the commissions. So buy, sell. Okay, did I just make money there? Crap, no. Yeah, crap, I made money. Now that's at $7.90. Dang it. Okay. Who knew it was so hard to lose money when you... Did you see that? I almost made a ton of money on that. By trying to lose... I mean, come on. Does this thing really keep going down? Do I get long here again? I need to lose like $50. This is ridiculous. I need to lose $50 here. So do I go short here because this thing's about to bounce? Can somebody please tell me what I need to do to lose money here? Like, what am I supposed to do? My mind is just all over the place. It's entertaining, but it is a very bizarre mental thing. Very bizarre to have to want to lose money. And now I'm like scared to take a trade because I think the trade might make me money. Like my psychology is totally flipped right now. Normally people are scared to take a trade. Why? Because like, well, I don't want to lose money. Now I'm scared to take a trade because I don't want to make money. Like where's this confidence at normally? This is ridiculous. My life is in shambles right now. If you are enjoying this, if you are just getting comedy out of this, please hit that like button. Hilarious watching someone have to lose money. Yeah, it's kind of entertaining, but it is so weird. I am scared to take a trade right now because I don't want to make money. My psychology is totally flipped from the... Okay, so if this comes down and hits me, do I think it will come down more? If I think it'll come down more, then I'd want to be getting long. So yeah, let's do that. Let's buy here. Because if it... Okay, I'm in. I don't think I meant to buy right there. No. Go back down. Go back down. Come on. Go red. More red. Need more red. There we go. I think I just nailed it. Did I just nail that? Let's see. Booyah! I'm the smartest man alive. Look at that. There we go. Now I'm at $740. So there we go. Close enough. I saved myself. Unbelievable. Wow. Oh. Pebbles. I like Pebbles. Thank you, Pebbles. I appreciate it. Michael Martin. I mean, you're clearly part of the group. I don't recognize the name, though. I probably recognize your alias, though. Thank you, Pebbles. That was so weird psychology-wise. Again, what happened? Part of the test. So as a prop firm, which is what I'm doing through this, you need to prove yourself as a trader. During the test phase, there are certain rules. One of the rules is you're not allowed to make more than 50% of the profit target. So this was a $25,000 account. The profit target to pass is $1,500. But they don't want you out there YOLOing. They don't want you out there, trying to make it all in one trade or anything like that. So they prevent that with a rule called the consistency rule, where they just say you're not allowed to make more than 50% in a single day. So I was not allowed to make more than $1,500 in a single day because $750, is 50% of that amount. I took a trade. It went very well, and I was up like $900 on it, and I totally forgot. Then I was like, oh crap, I got to get out of this thing. But I had still gone up above, so I was up like, I don't know, maybe like $1,000 at one point. I don't remember. So I had to whittle that down to $750, which I did do. But that just meant I was intentionally trying to lose money, which was not easy. Was not easy at all. I made $3,000 a day. I'm not part of your group yet, but I've been watching your videos for years. Well, you should, Pebbles, you got to join. In fact, I'm not asking, Pebbles. You need to join. This is not me requesting you to do anything. I'm telling you, you need to join. So Pebbles, you need to go here. You will fit in great. I can tell I like you as a person. You are a good trader. And you just made 3.3 today. So Pebbles, I want you to go there and sign up. You can afford it, I promise. $99, not per month, for 3 months. So you're doing that right now, Pebbles. I don't want any excuses. Congratulations on your trade. So now, instead of making $3,300 today, you made $3,200 today because you're going to take $99 and join the private community. You will fit in great. I am recruiting traders like you. Not necessarily because you're a great trader. The room is open to everybody, but I do want quality people. Which has been really cool. Like, I've also turned this into recruiting. I mean, some people I'm like, you better not sign up. Like if you sign up, I'm refunding your money back. Like that Wahib person. Like Wahib, I can tell right now would not fit in because he's going to show up and like wanting to act like a cowboy, and everybody's going to be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't act like a cowboy. Like what we've learned here is that risk management is a good thing. So Wahib, sorry, not so much. But other people, it's like, yeah, please join. And I do. I've recruited several people now that are in. Chris is one. Honeybee is another. Cornell is another. I mean, we've got. Please, Pebble, signing me up as well. Oh, come on, Dan. Dan, you're joining too, just based off of that comment. Let's go. There you go. I'm even tagging Dan. Where are we at time-wise? All right. Well, Pebble's hooked up with a $20 super chat, so we'll make this a 2-hour stream. But yeah, so the interesting dynamic right now, though, again, this is just my thoughts. Take it or leave it. You know, I'm not a professional. I don't know what I'm doing, but this is really the question right now. The price is at these lows. We're looking at the 5-minute, so it's essentially just a question of what do you think is going to happen here? You know, we have an area here where at last time I was there, it did indeed bounce. Does that mean for sure it's going to bounce here? Of course, no for sure. But is it plausible? Absolutely. So from just, again, I'm thinking out loud. I'm not saying this is a good plan at all, but you get long here with a stop like right there. So you have very minimal risk, but if you get some sort of movement in the upside, you'd be making a whole lot more than what you'd be losing. So I don't know. Just me thinking out loud, but it is, like I said, right at this area where it's bounced before. Do you get long with a stop very minimally? And then if you get a bounce even up to here, think about that. So if that represents how much you make, and then this would have represented how much you'd lose, clearly you can see this box is way bigger than that box. So yeah, just thinking out loud. I don't know if that's a good trade plan or not. I'm not telling anybody to take it. Just giving my thoughts out loud right here on the NQ. And I should go, I need to make this, this is important. So maybe you are new to futures and you saw those numbers fluctuating and you're like, holy smokes, futures is too volatile for me. What you need to understand is, first off, I totally understand, is I was on the NQ. The NQ are the very, very, very crazy ones. So NQ, so crazy, no doubt about it. The remedy, if you're saying that was too much, too fast, is what you want to do is come down and click on the NQ or the MNQ. And these move much, much slower. So again, the solution is not, I just need to avoid futures because what I just saw from that weird looking guy was too crazy. No, you would just say, no. What you would learn is I don't want to trade NQ. And this is why I've, from the get-go here, as far as the stream is concerned, and why I will continue to just say, you know what? MNQ. Whoops. What's going on here? There we go. MNQ is what you need to start on. What you had just witnessed was NQ. And I'm sure, hopefully for several of you now, it makes sense. Like, okay, now I understand why this guy's not saying to start with NQ because those prices were wild. But with the MNQ, they're going to be much less. Cheers, Pebbles. But seriously, Pebbles, I really do want you to join. You are a good trader. You're a good person. You would fit in very well. So please join. And if people are like, wow, that's kind of pathetic, he's begging. Yeah, I am begging. I will beg people that I think would fit in nicely to the community. I'll beg them to join. That's why we have a good community. That's why it's been around since 2013. A lot of people, just because somebody showed up last week doesn't automatically imply they're like a scammer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, the website, myself, the channel started in 2013, been around for a while. And I've learned is you stay around for a while by surrounding yourself with quality people, good people. Do you need to subscribe to level 2 data when trading futures? Nope. So Brian, good question. When you sign up, assuming you do through the prop firm, and I would, again, recommend using the link at the top that you see there. But when you sign up, it includes live data. So you'll sign up, you'll tell them what broker you want or what platform broker you want to use. And I am using Tradovate. They'll create the account for you. And then they'll send you the login and password. And it's as easy as that. So you just sit back and you wait. Usually they get it done within like 20 minutes. And then you're all good to go. 150K blown up today. Yeah, there were some crazy moves out there. But as I was telling people, blowing up accounts, that just kind of comes with the territory. Come on, can we get 8 more likes, please? 8 more likes. That'll put us at 100. And I consider that a very successful stream. So can we get up to 7 more. 10 minutes left. We can do it. We can do it. Yeah, I'm curious, though, will this bounce? Because that 5 minute was quite... And I'm not taking the trade just because I need to... Like I said, I need to have a mental relax here. But yeah, that was a good question, Brian. But yeah, once you sign up with the prop firm, you pick what platform, they will go use it. You'll get the real-time data, everything like that. I'm looking at LZMH today. It sold down. LZMH, is that a stock? LZMH. Why? Why waste your time with stocks? Why are you doing that, Alpha Realms? It's a waste of time. You're wasting your time with stocks. You have to deal with the pattern day trader rule. Like, let's go down the 2 minute. Let's see how this thing's moving on the 2 minute. Look at this thing. What kind of 2 minute chart is this? So again, this is like the real life of what I'm trying to pull people away from. LZMH. I understand it's probably a popular stock because it's below 10. So people that don't have a lot of money, they can buy more shares. It's more volatile. Fair enough. But like, look at this chart. How are you supposed to trade this? You can't. There's no day trading chart in here. Then let's look at the 2 minute chart right here with futures. Look how smooth this is. Smooth. All sorts of movement. And then you look at this thing. Get out of stocks. And again, within this context, you're falling under the pattern day trading rule. Come on. And I mean, think about this. Even to get 100 shares, 100 shares is still going to cost you, I'm just looking at this number right there. 100 shares is still going to cost you $958. And for this price range to move $1, that takes quite a bit. For a sub $10 stock to move $1, that takes a lot. So you need quite a lot to make $100. I mean, you need 958 just to get 100 shares. But what can you get in the world of futures? You can get you could get multiple accounts. You could get $150,000 for $250. So you could you could blow up. You could get 3 $150,000 accounts and still only be at $750. Whereas if you want to trade LZMH to get 100 shares, that's still arguably not even worth it because it's only 100 shares. But you would need $958 of your own money. The capital requirements. I mean, stocks are just, like I said, and this is coming from a guy that did stocks for years. It's crazy. Oh man, did not bounce. Well, that's what stop losses are for. That's ridiculous. I really thought that there'd be, I guess it bounced a little bit, but wow. Just the bloodshed continues. And you know what, Alpha, thank you. I appreciate people like you that, maybe I get a little stern, maybe I get a little, what you're doing is garbage. Stop wasting your time. A lot of people are offended. You're mean. You're a little jerk. I'm telling my dad can beat up your dad. Some people take that route. You're like, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the feedback as it was intended, just to make you aware of better choices that you can make. So I that is a good skill set to have and a skill set that I think a lot more people in society could use. Oh, you're mean. You didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. I don't know how anyone can go back to trading stocks after. Okay, good, Jillian. So I'm assuming you trade futures, and I assume you've also traded stocks. Is that fair, Jillian? Because I want to make sure you're not. Because what I don't want for somebody to do, Jillian, is to throw back in your face, oh, so you've traded stocks, and you're like, well, no. Because then they'd just be able to say, well, then how do you know? Okay, but there you go. Jillian has traded stocks. So here is yet another person that used to trade stocks and now is making the comment, I don't know how anyone can go back to trading stocks after trading futures. Fully agree. I'd have to think about that analogy a little bit more, Emmy. What about overseas broker with no PDT? You still have, first off, now you're using offshore brokers. You still have that. No. Again, it's just a capital thing. Like, look, I just outlined the capital. Like, you need so much more money to make worthwhile money from moves. Whereas this move right here, so Grassmaster Matt, so this move here on futures, so this distance from here to here, if you look at these numbers, you would notice there's a difference of 20. In futures, everything is measured via points. So that's a 20-point move, quote unquote. I think we can agree that this distance from here to here, not a whole lot of movement, but that was 20 points. If you were to do the very volatile futures, 1 point equals $20. Okay? So what did we just say that movement used? Bring that over here. So we had, like I said, that little small distance was a 20-point move. So that was 20 points. How much is 1 point worth? As just discussed, $20. So $400, that little space there, if you're using just one of the volatile contracts, would give you $400. So but right now I haven't necessarily proven anything, because you could be saying, well, yeah, Clay, but how much money is required, right? If I want to trade stocks in Tesla, you need tens of thousands of dollars. But how much was actually needed for that? Well, in the world of futures, with a prop firm, the amount needed would have been, at the bare minimum, $105, because $105 gives you $25,000 in purchasing power, and you could have actually bought up to 3 of the very volatile contracts. But even with just one, that one with that small little distance was $400. So yeah, even if you somehow get around the pattern day trader rule, even that is freaky. Like, yeah, I'm using an offshore account. It's like, okay, don't cry the victim card when the IRS comes knocking on your door. Hey, so tell us about this offshore account. I mean, talk about inviting an audit into your life. But besides that, I mean, it still doesn't accomplish things from the capital standpoint and all of that. Hey, Noah. Hey, how's the, you didn't smoke it all today, did you? Noah, is somebody trying to stop the nicotine, stop the cigarettes? So I told Noah I'd keep come on, we get 3 more likes. Come on. 3 more for 100. Raising your voice to get your point across analogy. Oh, yeah, I do tend to raise my voice. Not necessarily because I'm angry. I just kind of get a little passionate. That's a fair point. I do kind of raise my voice. Not anger. I get passionate about certain topics. That's fair. I love when I ask for likes to go up and then they go down. Like somebody's just like, oh yeah, jerk. Down. I'm taking mine away. Fred, Clay, do you think it's better to upgrade to the Pro Plus account, or stay in the Pro account and keep taking profits out? Well, I mean, they're both, you're going to be taking profits out. So, I mean, just from a strictly math standpoint, Pro Plus is better. Again, good question, Fred, because, whoops. Oh, that doesn't really matter. Oops. Let me bring that back up. So, once you pass the test phase and you get into the Pro accounts, again, Pro Plus is better because you are now getting to keep 90% of your gain. So, Pro Plus, you get to keep 90. Pro, you keep 80 of what you make. So from that angle, yeah, I mean, Pro Plus, I could see that making good sense. Well, overnight low is down here. So it's one of those things where, I mean, is this where it finally maybe finds some buyers down at the overnight low? But with the way it's been bleeding. Come on, 4 more likes. It was at 97 and now we're down. So somebody literally took a like away and was just like, yeah, I'm going to show you, jerk face. Good question though, Fred. Bag. I still need some nice scanner setup to find setups and stocks. In futures, you could only trade the NQ. Bag, oh my goodness. Oh. Beg, what are you you're making my point without muting it. In futures, you could only trade the NQ because that's all you have to trade. Beg, look at this. Do you see how many opportunities are around? I just did the calculations. This little distance here, well, let me zoom back in. Like this is what makes me feel like I'm a failure as an explainer of things, as a coach, as a teacher. Like, Beg, I've done the math about 4 times this webinar about how these movements here. Again, that's not a huge movement, but depending on the contract you chose and the amount, that could be like tens of thousands of dollars. There's another move. This down here, tens of thousands of dollars. This right here, tens of thousands of dollars. This right here, tens of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. What do you mean you need to scan things around? What do you mean you can only trade the NQ? That's the point. That's the beauty. You don't have to spend your time what you're talking about. I still need that's my point. I still need some nice scanner setups. No, you don't. What nice scanner setups? This will give you scanner setups. You could only trade the NQ. That is the point. That is the point. Save yourself time. Don't pay for scanners. Don't spend your time looking on scanners. Just show up and trade the thing. I'm winging off nicotine pouches. Okay, I don't know how that all works, but good. Well, just stay away from the cigarettes. Didn't Sure Trader go under because they were scammy? Yeah, offshore trading accounts. Requirements to pass in a pro? I think you can just request. Eventually, they'll throw you in a pro whether you want it or not. But I think you could just start right from the get-go. About to blow up my paper account. Okay. Okay, I wasn't sure because I heard that you need to keep or they freeze 5K once you upgrade to Pro Plus. They will require a buffer. Like you will, they do require a buffer, yes. But yeah, as far as freezing things, no, I don't, unless maybe we have a different understanding of what you mean by freeze. But yeah, I don't know of anything like that. How can we not get to 100 likes? This is so bizarre. And we're at 2 hours, so I better start. Clay, you failed successfully to convert me into a futures trader. So does that mean, is that like a weird double negative? You failed successfully. I don't know. That's a brain tweet. I think that means I did convince KZ into a futures trader. I think. I feel the same way when they keep asking about trend. No, and that's fair. Like that's what I want people to ask about stocks, because that gives me the opportunity to kind of just say how stocks are just not good. No, I think KZ is saying I did convert. I did convert because they're saying I failed successfully. So how do you fail? If you failed success, I don't know. ES greater than NQ, in my opinion, a little less volatile and more reliable for my trading style, less risk reward. Yeah, no, and that's fine. That's something that you can develop. Some people would say the ES is better, and that's fine. Like, I have no problem with that. As long as you're in the futures world, so be it. Yeah, I'm not sure what KZ was saying. I think they were just being clever in their wording. Or if not, I don't know, KZ, are you getting into futures or are you not? I'll just ask, because I'm not quite sure if you're just being very, very clever with your wording. Yeah, so right now this 21 EMA is just really pushing the price down. Okay, yeah, they're waiting on credentials. I assume that means that they're waiting for their login information. So yes, they were being witty with their words. DCA MNQ on 25 account seems to be working so far. NQ will blow your account faster. Yeah, NQ will blow your account faster. It'll also grow your account very fast, but no doubt about it. That's a two-sided coin. All right, well, not seeing any more likes, no more well, we're at 2 hours anyway, so, but again, if you are interested, what you think about Tesla and Palantir. I think they're both garbage, and I think you're wasting your time. That's what I think about Tesla and Palantir. From you day trading those stocks, you are wasting your time, you're wasting your capital, it's just, futures are so much better. But if anybody is interested, this Thursday, I'll be doing a live webinar where I talk about the tools I'm using, how I build consistency, how I manage risk, and just make sure that people are, have the right framework in mind. A lot of people show up and they think that they're doing things wisely, and I can see why they're doing that, but they just have things off in their thinking, and they're not quite approaching trading the way that they should. So I talk about a lot of that stuff here, kind of the core backbones of trading. So you can use that link to get signed up. If you do want to trade alongside me and some other really good quality traders, check out the chat room right there. And then again, if you want to use Take Profit Trader, which is the prop firm that I'm using that I recommend, that's just awesome. You can use that link right there Do you have to have 5 accounts to mirror? No, you can just use 1 account if you want. They're having a free fall right now. But like, who cares? Who cares? Okay, I'm going to do this one final time just because I can't help myself. But like, okay, well, let's pull them up. They're free falling, okay? What was it? Tesla. So Tesla. Okay, so Tesla is going down right now. Okay, so if I want to partake in Tesla, for right here, let's just call it $224. And to make the math easy and to really make it worthwhile, let's say you want 100 shares. Okay, so you want 100 shares. So you want 100, and each one is going to cost you, let's just call it $224. So you need $22,000 to get 100 shares to start to participate in Tesla. And let's say Tesla drops down here and, makes a move, just totally, continues on down and goes down for, 400 or, a $4 drop. Okay. So 400 drop, which would require quite a bit. Cause look at this from right here, 231, there's $1, there's another $1, there's basically another $1. So there's another. So this distance, and this is going to be important. Look at this distance here. This distance here was a $4 move. And if you have 100 shares, which would require 22,400, that move right there would give you $400, right? But again, I want you to keep attention to this right here, the amount required and the distance over here. So keep that in mind. Okay, this is not for world free speech anymore. He's apparently not paying attention. He doesn't care. He wants to sit there and waste his capital by staying in stocks. So again, for those of you that are maybe interested, like, well, okay, yeah, what would the argument be from a capitalist perspective? So right here, huge distance, $4. You had 100 shares, which cost you right here the 22,400. So you made $400. Okay, so keep that in mind for Tesla, which world free. He's all about Tesla. I want to stay with stocks. Okay, so then let's look here, and let's go to the NQ. Let me zoom in here. So now look at this distance right here. From here up to here, think about the distance. There's a difference of 50. That's 50 points. Because in futures, you measure things via points. And 1 point is worth $20. So let's say you did 1 contract. So world free speech is out there. He's having to use $22,000. But in this situation, that little distance right there, which we can all agree was much smaller than the Tesla distance, but that distance was for 50 points. And we just said that 1 point equals $20. So that move right there on 1 contract is $1,000. $1,000 on 1 contract. Now the final step is, okay, but did that require you to put up $150,000 of your own money to do that? And no, it didn't. With a prop firm, you could have gotten 1 contract. So you could have gotten 1 contract, bare minimum. So there it is right there. You could have actually gotten up to 3, but so you could have at least gotten 1, and that would have cost you $105. So for $105, you would have gotten access to a bigger move than needing to have $20,000 of your own money for the same exact thing. Okay, World Freeze. Fair enough. But do you see the benefits here of how you are needing to use a whole lot more money for stocks as compared to futures? I just went above 50% and then I had some on purpose and now I made 749 today. Yes. Yeah, you're okay. Don't trade anymore, Rashid. Don't trade anymore. So there we go. That is world free speech. That's why I say, who cares about what Palantir, who cares about what Tesla's doing? You should be focused on futures. You don't need nearly as much money and you get access at better gains. I mean, it's sort of a no-brainer decision. And no, I disagree. Or just buy a Tesla option if you don't want prop firm. No, fully disagree. Because options have theta. Theta is going to eat away at your thing. Sideways price movement in options world is terrible. So no, I 100% disagree with that as a solution. With all due respect, Grassmaster Matt. Because now you've just told him to throw himself into the world of theta, where theta just eats away at things when it goes sideways. So no, that's not a good solution. Yes, or just put up $15,000 of your own money for 1 mini contract. Again, that's why the prop firm. Yeah, exactly, Matt. So I think you see where I'm coming from in my disagreement. Like that's not actually. I mean, it is a solution, but I would say it's not a very good solution because of theta. Theta is just ugh. Yeah, and profit wise, exactly. All that I showed you was the same. Well, actually, you needed Tesla to move a greater distance to just give you the same amount that the futures didn't even need to move. I mean, that futures move was much less distance than what the stock was. I'm confused, Rashid. Are you Rashid? Ask in the chat room. I'm heading out. Just ask in the inner circle chat room. Can you mirror this 5 accounts? Is what I meant. Yeah. That's what copy trading is. Emmy, you better have that $150,000 account. You stalling and probably. I mean, dude, you got $3,000 to burn, and now you're acting like you don't have any money. Just get started. I mean, you could be getting the 5 days moving right now. That's why I'm pushing you. It's like you have to go through the test phase for at least 5 days regardless. So you might as well get those 5 days rolling ASAP. Because the sooner you get through the 5 days, the sooner you get to the pro accounts. And when you get into the pro accounts, that's where you're making money. Well, good. We're right at, I was going to say we were at 100 likes, but then somebody just took one away. But market bouncing, Clay? I mean, I guess kind of. All right. Well, thank everybody for being here. As always, if you appreciate, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And claytrader.com is my site if you ever want to check it out. But everybody, have a fantastic rest of the day.